So I'm thinking of a new opening. Oh yeah, this is because few people in the past had called me a brand basher, mischief monger, just because I did my job, just because I pointed out the flaws in their products. But obviously you guys check my review website and ask me for advice because I don't bullshit. So let's take this as an inspiration and let's make a new opening. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, fellow PC hardware enthusiasts. This is the Sorcerer bringing the fourth pipe bomb, the only podcast for hardware BBQ, your source for PC hardware news, reviews, guides, and recommendations. And do not forget, whatever we talk about over here, all the links are in the description. Do share, like, and subscribe. My keyboard is very tired since it has 2 shifts. Get it? Because 2 shifts. For this week, we will keep the pipe bomb on Mondays and Fridays. This way, I can talk about the more relevant stuff. So let's jump in the news. Yeah, we are going to have the cheesiest news intro music over here. So Intel officially acknowledges that they have a problem to meet the demands to supply 14nm processors. The 14nm microarchitecture is used since Broadwell and went all the way through KB Lake, and it's used in the current generation Coffee Lake. We do have a single 10nm Core i3 Cannon Lake for notebook. But anyways, the open letter was addressed by Intel interim CEO Bob Swan. He said that this is happening because most of their fabrication is making Xeon and Core series processors, the high-end SKUs. So they will be spending an additional $1 billion to boost its production capacity in their existing fab units. Obviously, it will take a while for Intel to speed things up, but we always have AMD Ryzen 2nd generation CPUs. This will simply give them the opportunity to push more and gain a good share. Ryzen 2 are great desktop processors. You can use them with X370 and B350 chipset with the recent UEFI BIOS update, or the newer X470 and B450 motherboards. I did put out a CPU buy guide since a few people did ask what to buy. I feel that making a CPU decision in today's date is very straightforward, but guides helps us to make that decision. So I narrowed it down for you. Do check it out. Far Cry 5 gets an update with official HD textures pack. It's a part of 1.11 patch update, which also includes new masks, weapons, and vehicles. Ooh, a flamethrower. And speaking of flamethrowers, I was playing Quake Champions after a very long time, and boy do I suck. It's been a very long time since I played, but I feel subtle changes on the game. There has been a new map. The new map is called The Longest Yard, and a new game mode called Hot Rockets. Well, it's new for me. I was playing Hot Rockets and Instagame. It was fun. It reminded me of Quake 3 Arena's version of The Longest Yard. I loved it so much that even around running Instagame with a gauntlet. Yeah, bone-crushing goodness. Use gauntlet, guys. It is very satisfying. But check out the map overview made by this amazing YouTuber called Frothy. He makes a lot of content around Quake Champions. It also contains a lot of guides, and he talks about different champions, its benefits and weakness. He makes a very good guides for that. So if you are going into Quake Champions, do check it out. And hey, do put comments over there. Hardware BBQ sends his love for the game. But come on, think about it. Flamethrowers in Quake Champions. Huh? Good idea? But what about flamethrowers and rocket launchers in CSGO? Okay, maybe not for serious matches, but what if you guys were running around and playing for fun? I don't know. The folks in the live stream came up with this idea because we were playing Quake Champions, and once the heroes died, they were like practically bouncing around like tires. Speaking of tires, there is a horror suspense movie of a car's tire as a living, bouncing serial killer. I would like to say this is a parody, but it has a serious tone in the movie, and it makes me question, like, what? But this is amazing. The movie's name is Rubber. Even the trailer I put in the description will make you lol. But hey, if you're looking out for a movie suggestion that you never heard of, there you go. I know some of you are tired of seeing me rubbing things on you, but come on. You hate it first, but then you're curious. How bad can it possibly be, right? Oh yeah, back to CSGO. See, full disclosure, I don't have CSGO. I never played CSGO. When I tell someone that I did not play or have CSGO, they think that I'm either lying or they feel offended that I'm lying. Guys, trust the sorcerer. I don't have CSGO. I never played CSGO. I will never play CSGO. I'm keeping that kayfabe alive, fellow comrades. But check out Quake Champions. It's fun, it's free, it's a real FPS arena game. I know a friend said it reminds him of Overwatch. Okay. I did watch a few Overwatch live streams and I cannot make heads or tails out of it. I mean, like, what the hell is going on? Is that a dragon? Somebody unleashed a dragon? Ski! But I get what he's trying to say, and there are certain similarities, I guess. But Quake Champions is straightforward. Somebody in the game asked how to use the shotgun. Well, you point an open barrel towards the champion and boom goes the target. Hopefully. Just Cause 4 has a 19, well, they said it's 20, but it's 19-minute video of its beta footage presentation with the game's director. Yeah, it's a pre-beta footage, but I really wish they just showed the footage instead of with the commentary. And no disrespect to the director, but sometimes that gives you the whole feel of the game and how the game is progressing. The video is a week old, but it is unlisted for some reason. But hey, it's fun. Just Cause 4 Just Sauce. So ASRock has a gaming sub-brand called Phantom. And I'm not sure if they are available here in India because ASRock's presence here is 30 feet under the sea. But ASRock has been promoting Phantom internationally. Recently they have been doing some promotion and they started by vaguely saying 2.5 times fast in a promo. So people at AMD subreddit thought it was going to be an update for RX 500 series lineup or Vega lineup or maybe the upcoming AMD graphics card. Because earlier ASRock did have a similar teaser, but dude, the cake is a lie. It was not about the graphic card. It was about a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port. Oh, the disappointment in AMD subreddit. But at the same time, they were happy about it because this was a long overdue. They were happy about Ethernet getting a step up after a very long time. If you see right now, you see either a single or a dual gigabit port on all motherboards. ASRock's promo made people speculate it was a cake. But it was a big bowl of mac and cheese. You know, it's still good, but it's not what you expected. These cakes say loyal. But in the end, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet on motherboards are welcomed. Long overdue update. Long overdue. This 2.5 gigabit Ethernet controller is from Realtek. The model is RTL8156 and it was announced in May. So other motherboard manufacturers should ignore RGB controlling doohickey and have something worthy for the price on their gaming motherboards. How about that, guys? Speaking of something worthy, or for those who have a use for it, ASUS ROG said it will be supporting double capacity DIMM sticks like ZX 32GB memory we talked about earlier. But this will be on the next generation motherboards. No brainer, it would be on the Z390 chipset. Other than that, they said ROG beefed up the DIMM to 32GB per channel with a unique memory trace design for the latest set, giving you all the performance and then some. And then some what? You want some? Come get some. Chicken and pineapple salad. But I'm sure this means other RAM and motherboard manufacturers will get into this bandwagon. So good progress. 32GB DDR4 per channel and 2.5 gigabit LAN. Cheers to the distant future. Maybe it will be a standards across all the motherboards. And speaking of standards, India is going to have its very first Dreamhack. It is the biggest LAN festival and they do have something to back that up. Their claim is backed up by Guinness World Book of Records. This will be hosted in Mumbai. They will have LAN events, Dream Expo, esports, tournaments, I guess stores for selling hardware, software and other stuff. The only thing we have to say is don't mess it up. You know, pay your freelancers, pay your service providers on time and dude, get yourself Google Analytics rather than asking journalists and game bloggers their click rate numbers and make us proud. The event will be streamed via Woot and the entrance ticket is at least 399. This will be in December 21st to 23rd at Nesco Gorega, Mumbai. Raise the standards. Gold standard is what you and I and all of us want to see. Best of luck for those behind and in front of the event. And we are going to have an Indian Games Expo at 24th and 25th November, also in Mumbai. All info in the description, so you guys can check it out. Mumbai rules. This wraps up for today. I hope you guys have a great start for the weekday, and I hope you guys are pumped up with a straight face and a straight back. Boom goes the pipe bomb. Take care.